At Numerian Capital, we bring you the latest stock news each day. Please like and subscribe so we can bring these articles to you each day. Thank you. Today, August 18, 2023, CEO George Palikaras just bought 100,000 shares of MMAT stock. Palikaras now directly owns 1.38 million shares of MMAT stock. MMAT CEO George Palikaras purchased 100,000 shares of MMAT stock on August 16. Palikaras is the only MMAT insider to have purchased shares in the last year. MMAT stock is down by about 80% so far this year. MMAT, Nasdaq MMAT, stock has fallen by about 80% this year. Insiders are now taking notice, as evidenced by an insider buy from CEO George Palikaras. On August 16, Palikaras acquired 100,000 shares of MMAT stock at an average price of 23 cents per share. Following the transaction, he now directly owns 1.38 million shares. This was not a major insider purchase, as the transaction was only worth $22,660. Still, this marked MMAT's first insider purchase since August of last year. Palikaras was also responsible for that purchase, acquiring 42,000 shares at an average price of 96 cents apiece. Meanwhile, Palikaras seems to be the only insider taking advantage of MMAT stock's 80% decline so far this year. In the past year, insiders have purchased $22,600 worth of shares and sold off $189,820 worth, totaling a net amount of $167,160 of shares sold. Palikaras is the only insider to pick up shares during the past year. His sale shows conviction in the company, although the amount is not overly significant. CEO George Palikaras adds 100,000 shares of MMAT stock. In the past 5 years, MMAT insiders have purchased $1.01 million worth of shares while selling off $12.39 million worth. That adds up to a net amount of $11.37 million worth of shares sold. Meta recently reported its second quarter earnings results, showing a slowdown in several key metrics. For the period, revenue tallied in at $2.03 million, down by about 39% year-over-year compared to $3.32 million. Revenue consists of product sales and development revenue. Second quarter product sales totaled just $22,907 compared to $334,113 a year ago, while development revenue was $2.00 million, down from $2.98 million. While revenue plunged by nearly 40%, cost of sales actually increased to $758,618 from $701,283. That resulted in a gross profit of $1.25 million compared to $2.44 million during the same period last year. Meta's second quarter loss from operations also totaled a staggering $294.68 million, which was mainly attributed to a $282.17 million goodwill impairment item. The impairment resulted from a sustained decline in the company's market capitalization. Overall, the company reported a basic and diluted loss per share of 65 cents and a net loss of $293.65 million. MMAT itself has taken notice of its year-to-date loss, announcing an investigation into allegations of naked short selling of MMAT stock in coordination with Christian Adler and Warsaw Burstein. Meta announced that Christian Adler joined the investigation on June 29, but there have been no updates since then. Thanks for watching.